Hi, my name is Anri Sala, and this is my third show at Kurimanzutto in Mexico City. There's been two moments where fresco has sort of made an entry in my artistic life. The first one was not of my own will, and the second one is of my own will. The first one was in 95-96 when I was studying in the Academy of Fine Arts, and the discipline of fresco was introduced as a 3-month class. But I liked it so much for various reasons: the way how to paint on a wet surface, on a freshly plastered wall, the way how it integrates the colors, the way how you have to be extremely tactful and careful with the surface not to hurt it, because the moment you hurt the surface, this is exactly where the wall is calcifying the pigments, the layers of pigment. So in a way, back then, what did strike me, and I was very thankful to that technique, is how it freed me or detoxed me from all the pictorial gestures that you learn as an artist in an academy. A few words of introduction about the medium, although it's known to many, but we always perceive it as a medium that comes from ancient or old times and that reached its amazing results during the period of Quattrocento in Italy. It's a medium that basically you are painting on fresh plaster, which is freshly laid every morning, and then depending on the surface that you need to cover, depending on humidity and temperature and how you're going about it, this will allow you a window of time within which you can paint that part of the surface, which is called the giornata. And then a large fresco is made of as many giornatas that need to come together to produce the full image. There's a whole process in it. A step into this process is the wall you see in the back, which corresponds to the drawings. In Italian it's called spolvero, which is the transfer drawings that allow the composition to be transferred into the fresh plaster called intonaco. And these 29 drawings in the wall in the back correspond to the make of one of the larger frescoes. In the frescoes I've been doing since 3 years, I've developed 2 series in parallel that allow me to go on and on with them, because at the end it's not about the series per se, but it's about how they develop in collaboration with the nature of the medium. In the series Surface to Air, they represent a 3-time factor, like time is depicted or represented or made present in 3 different ways and layers. It's the instantaneous time, which is like the fleeting passage of a cloud before being in a plane you pass by, or before, due to the winds and meteorological conditions, the cloud already changes shape in front of your eyes. So this is like the briefest manifestation of time. And then on the other opposite side, you have the time embedded in the marbles. Like I am inserting selection of marble surfaces into the frescoes as a continuity or an interruption of the image itself. Now, in a way, stones and marbles are a consolidation of time. So many layers of wind and dust coming together to produce that. So you have the opposite of the fleeting moment of time. So there are these 3 factors of time: the sensuous moment, the fleeting moment of the cloud, the human scale of the time, me in this case, painting this fresco to a series of days within windows of time, and then the time of the stratification of the marble. And the other one is fragments that I use like references from frescoes from the Quattrocento, of particular frescoes and artists that I have admired in my time of becoming an artist. But that before painting them, I do inverse the colors as if I was painting the color negative of corresponding to each painting. The color negative is something which is so much belongs to the past century. And it's also at once obsolete, because the younger generations and the majority of people, the relation we have to images nowadays is directly through the positive. So the idea of the inversion that I'm embedding in these frescoes is a little bit like media archaeology. I'm encapsulating within the fresco also a specific moment in time in the evolution of media. Well, throughout the series of frescoes that I've been working on in the past 3 years, I've been using different marbles. Currently in this show there are two types of marbles that are used, is the cipollino and the tartaruga, like turtle stone, or cipollino translation would be like onion stone. Other than the beauty aspect of them and the way how morphologically they are created, this is precisely also what interests me in a different layer, is that the cipollino is a type of marble that happened or was consolidated between 300 million up to 60 million years ago, whereas the tartaruga is a type of marble that or stone that was consolidated from 60 million years ago and onwards. And one way to understand that very obvious way is that within the tartaruga there are a lot of fossils or hollowness, which is negative space or emptiness, which before was occupied by organic life. So tartaruga is a type of marble that started and coexisted with organic life, which traces we still find within the marble, whereas the cipollino predates organic life. This is what also gives it this very smooth surface and continuity, where there is absolutely nothing that interrupts the morphology of the stone.